The Switch 2 has been out for just over a week now, and I have to say, I've really been enjoying my time with it. It's pretty much exactly what I wanted out of a successor to the Switch. It's powerful, backwards compatible with Switch 1 games, and it's even going to make a selection of GameCube games readily available again, which is great for people who don't want to mess with setting up emulation. Yeah, it does stink that the price of games has gone up, and I'm definitely not a fan of publishers using game key cards instead of actual cartridges with the games on them. But other than that, I've really been loving everything else that the Switch 2 has going for it. So what I'd like to talk about today is what I've been playing on my Switch 2 in the first roughly week and a half of owning it. Starting off the list here is the big one, Mario Kart World. This game right here is definitely the reason why 99.9% of people wanted a Switch 2 on launch day. Is it worth the $80 price tag? Well, that's definitely debatable, but I will say that my wife and I are having a great time playing this one together. Funnily enough, I've never really been the biggest fan of playing split screen in Mario Kart because of how cropped your view becomes. So we've mostly been taking turns playing single player on my profile so that we can hopefully unlock all of the costumes soon. These costumes are so great. I love that Nintendo has been packing more and more personality into recent Mario games. And speaking of cosmetic details, I'm really glad to see them move away from kart customization and go back to the traditional pre-built karts that used to be the standard. I'm sure that some people might miss the strategy of selecting parts for their car, but I feel like the loss of customization has actually led to much more unique vehicle designs overall, which I really prefer. I've seen a lot of people online say that they find the open world to be a bit lacking, but I think that these people are kind of missing the point of the open world mode. What I really like about the tracks being interconnected is that when you go from playing the Grand Prix Cups to knockout mode, or even playing the tracks in your own custom order, you see completely different routes each time. The way I look at it, the actual free roaming mode is really more of an extra than anything. It's just a fun way to leisurely explore the world and see how everything is interconnected without having a million items being thrown at you, and I really like this mode for that. This honestly might be my new favorite Mario Kart game. I'd be happy if they eventually added more content to it down the line like they did with Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. And maybe also like that game, it could be part of the Switch Online subscription that many of us already have, because I'm sure that if they were to make DLC and charge extra for it, there would be a huge uproar, because this game, once again, is an $80 game already. And honestly, if they did charge extra for DLC, I think that uproar would be justified. Alright, the next game I've been spending a lot of time with is actually Pokemon Scarlet. Now, this is one of those Switch 1 titles that got a free update on the Switch 2. And wow, this one really made a huge difference. I was quite disappointed with the original release of this game, mainly due to its terrible performance on Switch 1, but on the Switch 2, this game runs at a silky smooth 60 FPS and almost feels like a completely different game. While I do still have other issues with this game, like the world itself feeling pretty empty and uninteresting, the poor performance on Switch 1 was really my biggest issue with the game. So with that being fixed on Switch 2, I actually had the will to check out the 2 DLC packs and even dabble in a bit of shiny hunting, but as you can see, I still haven't had much luck here. But hey, I'm not giving up. I will find a shiny Gligar. My newfound enjoyment of Pokemon Scarlet actually has me pretty excited to check out the new Pokemon Legends game launching later this year, and I've gotta admit, it feels nice to be enjoying modern Pokemon again. Next up, we have Splatoon 3, a game that I picked up secondhand for a really good price when I was in Japan last year. I got pretty into the first two Splatoon games, but for whatever reason, I kept putting off starting this one. Well, as it turns out, Nintendo decided to drop a surprise update on Switch 2 the other day for this title, and so I figured now is as good of a time as ever to finally dip my tentacles into Splatoon 3. At the time of writing this, I've mostly just been playing online casually, and oh man, I have been getting my butt kicked. It's been fun though. I really haven't properly played a Splatoon game since around 2018, I want to say, when Splatoon 2 was at its peak. I'm glad the series is still going strong though, and I'm really intrigued by that new spin-off game that they just surprise announced the other day. As fun as it is to go to war with people online, my favorite thing about these games has always been the bizarre setting and world building behind the bombastic action, so I'm hoping the new spin-off game kind of elaborates on the world even more. And the final game here that I've been playing in the first week and a half-ish of owning my Switch 2 is The Legend of Zelda: Echoes of Wisdom. Much like Pokemon Scarlet, but maybe not as extreme as Pokemon Scarlet, I started this one when it first came out on Switch 1, and my biggest issue with it was the performance. I played through the first 3 dungeons and was having a pretty good time, but that performance on Switch 1 was very inconsistent. This game targeted 60 FPS on Switch 1, but was unfortunately plagued with frequent frame drops that were really taking me out of the experience. So I put this one on the back burner, hoping it would get a Switch 2 update, and thankfully it did. Playing Echoes of Wisdom on the Switch 2 feels like you're looking into a little diorama of Hyrule. I really admire how seamlessly this game blends modern and classic Zelda. It's like the open world games on Switch 1 and the Game Boy era games rolled into one, and I really love it for that. It's been a lot of fun exploring the different regions of Hyrule and seeing all of the different characters translate to this chibi art style. I'm really looking forward to finishing this one eventually, as the smoother gameplay experience here on Switch 2 has really improved the experience for me. So there you have the games that I've been playing on the Switch 2 so far. Let me know what games you've been playing on the Switch 2 if you managed to get your hands on one, because I'm really excited to see what other games have gotten improvements on this system. If you want to follow me on social media, check out my link tree in the description, and of course, stick around here on YouTube for more content. Anyways guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care. So I was in here working on a video for the past couple hours, and Dozer's just been sleeping on this pillow, which is rare. He usually doesn't do this. Usually he gets restless and wants to go downstairs. But he's just waking up from a nap. Good boy. It's nice having him just lay here. Usually he wants to be on my lap, but it's kind of hard to work when he's on my lap. Good boy.